Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening. Great to see boys and great to see girls. Today, our first session in our reading book. We started with Unit 1, Week 1. Unit 1 is Friends and Family. This is the name of the unit, Friends and Family. And here, this is the idea of the unit. What will be about, or this unit will be about what? How do families and friends learn, grow, and help one another? So all this unit will talk about this idea, how the families and friends learn, grow, and help one another. So let's start reading this poem. Together is better. Baseball is no fun at all without a friend to toss the ball. Camping out would be a bore without your brother to hear your snore. Piano notes would sound all wrong without a friend to sing along. Ice cream would not taste as sweet without your sister to share the treat. Cleaning up is hard to do without your dad to help out too. From morning until the day is done, friends and family make things fun. A very nice poem written by Constancy Kermes. It's all about how people do things together, how it's important to do the things together as friends and as family. This was pages 16 and 17. Let's go to page 18 and 19. Friends help each other. I want you all to look at the picture of these two girls and think about what are they doing in this picture. Yes, that's right. They are helping each other to find their place on the map. They have map here. You know the map? Yes. It's a piece of paper with a drawing to tell you the location or the places. They help each other to find their place on the map. Good. Now I want you to look at this essential question. What do I mean by essential question? Essential question, this is very important question. We need it for this lesson or this reading for this week. How do friends depend on each other? Again, how do friends depend on each other? Yes, friends can help each other learn new things. Friends can help each other to feel better. Friends can help each other to discover new things or to do big jobs easily. So let us read, how can friends help each other? These friends are helping each other find out where they are on the map. Their actions help each other. There are many ways we depend on our friends. Depend here to ask help or need help. Number one, we depend on our friends to teach us things, like to teach you how to read words, to teach you how to use this phone, or to how to play this game, or how to draw, and so on. We need our friends to give us comfort when we are hurt or upset. That's it. Yes, when you feel angry, your friends help you to feel better. When you feel sad, also your friends help you to feel better. In this map, you can write down here the ways friends depend on each other. Yes, we have many things to do, or many things to write here. Well, in grade 2, we are going to have new vocabulary. Vocabulary here means word. Each week, we will start on Sunday with learning 8 new words. 4 here and 4 in the other page. These words are highlighted in yellow. I want you to study these words at the beginning of each week very well. So now let us read and see what are those words. Your books are ready? That's great. Number 1. The girl's action helped her team win the soccer game. The girl's actions helped her team win the soccer game. Let us see what the meaning of the word actions. This is Unit 1, Week 1. This is the name of our story, Little Flap Learns to Fly. This is the story that we are going to read this week. And here is actions. Actions mean things we do. Yes, look at the sentence. The students' actions in the class were bad. The students' actions in the class were bad. Look at the actions here. All the things that they do here in the class is bad. What I need you to do now, to write the meaning, that meaning in green, I want you to write it here on the word action. Here you have to write down things we do. Okay, number 2, afraid. Our dog is afraid of thunder. Let's read the whole word, then go to see the meaning and explanation. Number 3, Nick depends on his dad to help him learn to ride a bike. So here, depend. I want you to look at the pictures very well. They're gonna help you to understand the meaning. Number 4, Maya waited nervously for her swim race to begin. Yes, afraid here means scared. Afraid means scared. Look at the picture. Yeah, he feels very scared. To be scared. My brother was afraid when he saw the snake. And this was the third one in our book, depend. What do you mean by depend? Yes, to need someone help or to count on someone. Like you depend on your mom preparing the food because all of you cannot cook, so you depend on your mom. My mom depends on me cleaning my room every day. And here was the word number 4, nervously. Nervously. What do you mean by nervously? In a nervous or a fearful way, when you start to feel worry, nervous, afraid, all these feelings in one time. So this means nervously. Jack did the exam nervously. Okay, what about the other words? On the second page, don't forget, I want you to stop the video and write down the meaning of the words up here. The cat peered through the hole in the barn. Look. Yes. What the cat is doing here? She's looking. Yes, that worked perfectly. The orange is perfectly round. Rescue. We watched the boy rescue the cat from the tree. So rescue here, yes, it is very clear. Rescue here, this means to save. And the last one, secret. Look, the girls are whispering some secrets here. Mandy whispered a secret to me. Let us see the meaning of the words here. Finish afraid. We finish depend. We finish nervously. This is peered. Oh, peered, this means to look very closely. To look. Yes. The cat peered at the mice, like when you look or when you peered out the window or you peered at the mirror or the screen, or when you peered in the darkness you cannot see. Perfectly. Perfectly come from the word perfect. This means very, very, very good way. In a perfect or a good way. The footballer kicked the ball perfectly. And here rescue, this means to save. It is very clear from the picture. Rescue, to save someone or something. The firefighter rescued my cat fast. Secret. Yes, secret. This means something special or private. We say it. Yes, you don't have to say it or tell it to other people. It's just for private people. My friend told me a secret about her piggy bank. Who would you like to share secret with? Yes, we can share secrets with mom and dad, with sisters, brothers, and with our friends. So those are our words for today. Actions: afraid, depends, nervously, peered, perfectly, rescue, and secret. Yes, here is our story for this week. As I told you before, every week we're going to have a new story. This story has this name, Little Flap Learns to Fly. Okay, this is a Flap and those are his friends, Fluff and Tuff. Let us read the first page. Little Flap was happy living in his nest. His friends, Fluff and Tuff, lived in the nest next to him. Every morning they sang songs together. Their parents brought them worms to eat. One day Fluff asked, "Can we get our own worms?" Tuff said, "We can if we learn to fly." Fluff said, "Yes, let's learn to fly." If you notice that we have three birds here and they can talk, and this is not real. Animals and birds actually cannot talk. That's why we have to say about this story, it's a fantasy story. It's what? A fantasy story. This means not real. So when you have a story, and in this story animals or birds talk, it will be fantasy. Well, let us see what we have also for today. I want you to remember some stuff that you studied in grade 1, the story elements. What are the story elements? They are 5 elements or 5 things are important in each story. They look like your 5 fingers. They are 5 and you can draw them in your fingers. The characters, the setting. Yes, what is the third finger here? Events, problem, and solution. Let's repeat them again. Characters, setting, events, problem, and solution. What are the characters? The characters, the animal or people in any story. For our story this week, we have animals, we have birds. Other stories, we will have people. Yes, so the characters are the people or animals in the story. Look at the characters here. We have a lion, we have a girl or a boy here, and this is witch or something strange here. And real character. Yes, what is number 2 we said? It is sitting. What is sitting? The time of the story and the place of the story. Because you know, not all the stories happen in one time and not all the stories happen in one place. Yes, some stories can happen in homes, in streets, stores, castles, classrooms, forests. Yes, that's on. So setting means where the story happened and when the time. Does it happen last week, last year, 2 years before, or 100 years? Because we have very old stories. They happen like 200 years before. Events. This is the third one. So we said number 1, characters. Number 2, setting. Number 3, events. What are the events? What happened in the story? Yes, when I ask you what happened in this story, you start to tell me the events. What happened in the beginning? This means what happened first. What happened in the middle? And what happened last or at the end? So this is order. So this is the sequence or the order of the events. Of course, you cannot tell me the story, or you cannot tell me the end of the story first. You have to tell me the beginning. What happened in the beginning? And here finally we have the problem. What is the problem? Something wrong in the story. Yes. Did you notice that the 3 birds, they have a problem? They are very young, they're still very young, but they want to fly, but they cannot fly. So this is the problem. Solution. What is the solution? How they solve this problem, or how they fix it, or how the characters find an answer to this problem. Okay, and the last thing for today, this is the genre of the story. What do you mean by the word genre? Genre means kind or type. Well, the stories that we had before and the stories we will have later are not the same kind. They are different. Some stories are real. Some stories are not real. They are from imagination, because birds cannot talk, animals cannot talk. Some stories tell us about people, real people. Some stories tell us like narration, yes, about some topics. So the genre here means what kind of reading or literature is that? For our story, is it real story? Of course no. It's fantasy story. Why it is fantasy? Because it is not real that the animals or bird can talk. So the fantasy story here include elements that are impossible, such as what? Talking animals, because animals cannot talk, or magical powers. Do you know the stories of unicorns or fairy tales and so on? These stories are not real. That's why we say, yes, fantasy stories. That was our presentation for today. I explained for you the genre of the story. This is fantasy story. You know the title or the name of the story. You know the characters. We have 3 birds, Fluff, Tuff, yes, and Flap. This is a flap. And you know the place. Where is the setting? Yes, it's on the trees, on the nest on the trees. And of course, you had studied new words like actions, afraid, depends, nervously, peered, perfectly, rescue, and secret. What I need you to do now, I'll put for you exercise. Try to do it by yourself and you can send me the answers. Okay, here we have a practice about our vocabulary today. Here you have the words in the box of actions: afraid, depend, nervously, peered, perfectly, rescue, and secret. I need you to look at the sentences here. You can pause the video, read the sentences, and highlight or underline the correct word. Okay. If you have any questions, you can send your questions to me. Have a nice day and thank you so much for watching the video.